Brad and David and Sergio make it all possible, man. I mean, it's just so good to have some genuine songwriters out there that's not trying to just find a little
niche
or a little top 40 tune, you know.
Yeah, the line for selling out is a long line. There's no reason to get into it now, you know.
Yeah, it's a lot of people going for repeats. You know?
I remember Lion David. I haven't seen David only in years, but I remember what he said once, because he's been in Nashville, based in Nashville, I guess, for 20 or 30 years. He goes, "The pole they won't touch me with is getting a little bit shorter," something like that. But it's pretty. Well, David can tell you all that.
Oh, good, yeah. Well, do another tune for us, Tom.
I think I'll do the title song. Like I say, the Mesabi Iron Range is up there in northern Minnesota. The word really means sleeping giant in the Ojibwa language, and hence the cover of our record that I painted of the Native American. But I was so amazed to go up there a few years ago. I played in Duluth, and one of my cousins drove me around the city in the dead of winter, and the lakes were coming off the Great Lake. I don't forget what lake that is, Superior or one of them. But there was barges out there, and I drove past Bob Dylan's childhood house, this clapboard 2-story house, and I could see in my mind this little dreaming kid looking out that window at the lake, and what the hell was he thinking? And then Buddy Holly played the Armory just up the street. So I put all this together in my head, and then the next day we drove up to Hibbing, Minnesota, which I would highly recommend, where he grew up. And it looks like 1948 still, Polish dance halls and cinemas, and this kid came out of there and did what he did, which is kind of trying what I'm trying to get to in this song and on this record, without naming him. But then the second verse, I'm in a little room in L.A. listening to that. So this is Mesabi with a little Bob Dylan intro. Ain't no use to sit and wonder why, babe, if you don't know by now. Ain't no use to sit and wonder why, babe, it don't matter anyhow. When your rooster crows at the break of dawn, look out your window and I'll be gone. You're the reason I'm traveling on. Don't think twice, it's alright. Have you ever seen Duluth when the Great Lake waves were pounding? There must be some way out of there, kid. You might end up lost or drowning. Oh, but the polkas at the Polish dance hall, the carnivals of spring, rock and roll on an upright piano. Didn't that little kid make those high school rafters ring? Just a kid who heard Howlin' Wolf every night on the radio, from those airwaves blasting all the way up Nogales, Mexico. And the Ducktail Boys in St. Cloud polished up chords of fame. And the Armory Show where Buddy Holly sang the learning of the game. Something's ever changed on the Mesabi Island Range, where the North Country rain sings. Please don't let me do the work my father did. It's Bethlehem for the troubadour kid. Yeah. Have you heard the desert wind blow across the city of the angels? I was that kid playing football in a little Catholic school deep down in Mexican town. Richie Valens sang the banda. It's 80 miles to Tijuana. I stole my parents' car one night. Never found the dark-eyed senoritas in the cowboy song. I was just a kid listening to my Uncle George's record flip, while that great vinyl wheel spun round its holy proud, and the steel guitars in the Telecaster bars of those San Joaquin towns, and the don't think twice, it's alright from the wild Mesabi holy ground. Some things never change, it's still the learning of the game. You might end up on 5th and Main, kid. Please don't let me go out like my father did. I wanna sing like the troubadour kid. Some things never change. Some things never change. Something never change.
All right, Tom Russell and Thad Beckman. Great stuff, man.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
It's like reading a book without having to look at the words.
Well, thank you. Somebody in one of those articles or something, somebody interviewed me and said, "Man, you really are great at the narrative." And I thought, what really does that mean? Because I don't want to be put totally in the box of storyteller. You know, that sounds like an archaic thing, but I think more and more as you hear new songwriters, and I don't mean people like John or the good ones, but I mean indie rock kind of where it's gone, and sonically it's very interesting, and I've worked with Calexico on these last 2 records, etc. But I think what we're losing in a way is the lyric and the narrative, even if it's a simple love song like Buddy Holly songs. There's not a lot of people writing great narrative, whatever that means, one person telling what he feels, whether it's a story or a love thing, you know.
Like Maybe Baby.
That's right. Yeah, it doesn't have to be Gallo del Cielo. It can be words of love, and you know, but it's got to be truthful and have passion and narrative in the sense of one guy telling what he's been through. You know, I just heard John Lennon singing lead on "Help" in the car the other day. I thought, boy, you can't top that. This guy isn't lying, and I think a lot of people these days are lying artistically.
Oh, yeah.
And I don't, you know, I'm not making a big deal out of that, but you're not telling me the truth, man, because I'm not getting the chills.
Yep. Yeah, I definitely know exactly what you're talking about, because
The songs that make you pull a truck over and say, I want to hear that one again, you know.
yeah. Well, that's one good thing about KPFT. These programs are archived. You can hear it for 2 weeks.
Get on the website.
Get on the website, archive it.
Well, you guys really always focus on, these shows focus on great writing and rootsy, edgy writing, and so I think you're going to attract people that are very thirsty for that thing, you know, and they may even be tuning in from Berlin.
Oh, yeah.
But they want to hear what Larry's going to play this week, because he ain't going to lie to them.
No.
It's too late for that.
There's too many good musicians like yourself out there that basically say something that is not just I like your blouse, baby, and you know.
That's good. That's good too.
There's nothing wrong with liking the blouse.
I like your blouse, baby.
Yeah, baby. But
if you gotta go now. Or else you gotta stay all night.
That's it, baby. You got it. Tom Russell, Thad Beckman in the studios live here on the Spare Change Show. It's a long time no see.
Yeah, and it's great to be back. You know, we try to gauge it so we're not overdoing a good thing, truthfully speaking, and I only want to concentrate on all different kinds of things, but I really just want to come back to special places, Houston, Austin, when I've got something new to say or a new record, and keep it real fresh, and not, I don't want to be the guy that comes here every 3 months. Yeah. I'm just not that kind of person, you know. I want to be in a cave over in Switzerland,
Well, you've
painting buffaloes or something, right?
Yeah.
That's where the food is good. Looking at my wife now.
Yeah.
The gates.
Yeah.
Future.
She looks like she's feeding you well.
She is. What do you mean? I've lost a lot of weight, man.
Well, that's what I'm talking about. She's feeding
Well,
you good.
organic, yes.
Food. Yeah.
She calls it happy food.
Yeah.
She'll go into these restaurants and say, "You have any happy chickens?" They go, "What?" Happy beef and buffalo. And yeah, no, she's taking care of me, and she's running the business, and the business is going real well. I got to say, these last two records, Masabe and Blood and Candle Smoke, have by far been my most widely appreciated and best-selling records. And so my career appears, I liken it to the guy we saw who's a friend of ours walking up the tightrope backwards. My career has gone in a backwards way. I didn't start out with a couple of big records and float on it. It would have been nice, but
well,
these last two, man.
Man from God Knows Where is a
that
classic.
Was a pretty big one,
yeah. It's quite I mean, you brought a lot of different people in on that.
Yeah, that and Hot Walker got a lot of recognition, and we're going to Norway, I think, in April, and working with a wind ensemble, about 12 or 15 wind musicians, and like trumpets and whatever all the wind instruments are. But we're going to do a few of the Man from God things more as a theatrical show. And I like that stuff. I'm a kid, really, that not only grew up on cowboy music and Ian and Sylvia and Bob Dylan, but Broadway musicals. And so I think that way in terms of strings of songs, you know. And
Bonnie Raitt type.
Yeah. Well, you know, theatrical productions.
Sure.
I mean, you know, like Rodgers and Hammerstein and The Music Man. There's one on Broadway now that's very radical that you should check out, Larry. The Book of Mormon.
Uh-oh.
And I mean, it is edgy, and it's not promoting Mormonism for sure, but
I'll have to check out my Scientology rules and see if I can go.
Yeah. I knew you were one of them. I knew it. You tried to give me that test with the E-meter when I came in, and my personality went way off the scale.
That was a metal detector.
Well, oh, okay.
So,
yeah, that was cool.